Yo guys, Eddie Hates Anime here, and I woke up today to see that Goku versus Superman dropped. Death Battle? How did I not know this was happening? Look, okay, going into it, I'm not going to pick a straight winner. Because, look, younger me would have been like, Goku. Man, this is some bullcrap. Goku. Come on now, it's Goku. But, y'all know how the last two times went. And now that I'm older, it makes sense. Because even though I was younger and I read comics a lot, it was never Superman. Even now, I've only read a few runs. And even with that, not necessarily me knowing everything about his feats, it's more me not knowing everything about his feats that makes me worried. Because there's so much material to pull from. Which is probably what, the reason why he won the last two times. Just because there's so much. There's so much. With Goku, I know everything he has to offer, because it's a lot smaller of a portion size. So it's more that unknown of what Superman can do that scares me. So, yeah. But look, I don't care who wins either way. I'm just glad we're getting another one, because these are always the really hype ones. I'll say, I don't know, I even like Superman more as a character ever since I, kind of got into the comics a bit, with his comics specifically, than when I was younger. So I don't even care if Superman wins. Like, when I was younger, definitely got butthurt when he won, but,
Sponsored by BetterHelp.
I just want to go battle.
Fight! Son Goku,
Superman.
it's time to answer the ultimate question.
I mean, I guess there's been, enough stuff with Goku since the last battle to make it interesting. But at the same time, there's been a lot with Superman.
Get it all into play.
We're examining Superman's extensive mainline comic book canon. Given Dragon Ball Super's contentious continuities, we'll include all three, just to be thorough, plus Dragon Ball Heroes.
Okay, they said that Goku's losing. They're like, we're only gonna use Superman's mainline and use everything from Goku just so y'all can't complain when you lose. Shit, it's over.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Far away, in an enchanted land, an old master found a boy and marveled at his uncommon strength. This is the story of Son Goku.
Okay, Goku is so
good.
good.
Watch some localized anime, you can thank this guy.
Inspired by martial arts films and his wife's interest in Chinese culture, Akira Toriyama crafted the story and the character that would define generations to come.
Dragon Ball! Kakarot was born a low-class Saiyan on the planet Vegeta, narrowly escaped its destruction
What is this
by
synthwave
Frieza,
soundtrack
and was
that's going on?
raised
With-
Earth
mixed with,
by
like, rock.
happy old Grandpa Gohan.
Not just raised, but trained. Gohan began Goku's teachings in martial arts, which he would find to be his true
Damn,
calling
he's
under
old
the
as
guidance
fuck.
of Master Roshi. Specifically, he learned the Kame-sen and Ryu.
Not a bad dad, you
which
guys are just
focuses on
mean. That is
discipline
true.
and tenacity, both
I
of
like
which
the memes as much as the
strongly
next guy,
define
but
Goku's character.
The more he learned,
people,
the more he wanted
the
to
issue with Dragon Ball, right, is I feel like either A, it's been so long since people have watched it or read it that they don't remember everything, or B, people that yap about it and have never seen the series, because you know the meme, like, don't fuck with those Dragon Ball fans, we haven't even seen the series. Because there's so many memes that I feel like people just genuinely believe are actual facts in the series. It's so crazy.
This little low-class monkey boy would prove that hard work and dedication can beat raw talent. Within just a few years, he was so...
I mean, against humans? No, it's definitely genetics, okay? OG Dragon Ball? I don't think the theme was... I'm kidding, man.
strong, the only worthy teachers left were gods. And a talking cat, but mostly gods. When you're training to dodge lightning...
Most
you know
teachers
you're
in Dragon Ball are
a few
fucking
leagues over everyone else.
crazy.
He did
Like,
have
they're
a
awesome.
slight advantage. Saiyans are naturally superhuman. They also take Nietzsche's famous words, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," very, very literally.
It's almost unfair how much of a boost in power they get after they're hurt.
While Saiyans like Vegeta may have abused this trait, it suits him.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you knock him down, he will get back up, stronger than before.
It helps that he knows so many cool combat moves, like the Kamehameha!
An incredibly powerful technique that focuses one's ki into a single point for a devastating beam.
So challenging, it took Roshi decades to master, but Goku got it in like 5 seconds.
It's incredibly versatile, with over 50 different variations. For example, Goku can curve the beam after firing, or even shoot it from his
You're not gonna hear much
But
commentary
unlike
from me
most
here,
Saiyans,
because like
he doesn't just
I know
use
this.
ki to blow shit up. Moves like the solar flare, energy landmine, and God
This outtrack's hitting,
require
though.
a lot more strategy and planning.
Because while Goku isn't exactly book smart, he is a genius when it comes to martial arts. He doesn't just train to conquer his opponents, but to conquer himself.
He's also got some different moves, like trapping
Let's see, how long is Goku's part? Jesus Christ. I'll let it
you
run.
in a
It's
rice
only until
cooker.
there.
Well, pretty
Where's
much
the fight
any
start?
container could be used for the mop.
This
of
might
the
be a
ceiling.
long-ass fight,
Then
low-key.
there's Kyle
It is,
Ken,
bro.
aka instant steroids.
I'll just let it run.
Goku's multiplied his power by 20 with it before, and in a movie, he even got it up to times 100. What a badass!
The Genki Dama, or Spirit Bomb, is potentially
Oh yeah,
his
they're including
strongest
movies
attack,
too. This
but it
is
requires
this is gonna be fucking
considerable
crazy.
time, unlike instant transmission, which is a teleport that's instant. The way it works is Goku detects another person, like a sort of beacon, then teleports to their location by launching himself through an alternate dimension where time stands still. Yes, according to the Daisenshuu guidebook, it's a dimension hop. You can actually see this in between space in some movies and games.
And the dubs wanted us to think it shot Goku's molecules around at light speed. Silly English.
The dubs did more than that. In fact, early dubs of Dragon Ball Z tried to rewrite Goku
Yeah,
as
let's not talk about it. Yeah, they made him the fucking noble
a
hero and
Superman
shit.
figure. Even his famous speech on Namek about being the light in the darkness
As hard as it went, it is sadly very like out of character.
was originally about him coming to terms with his Saiyan heritage, accepting his anger and pride, avenging his people by defeating Frieza, and declaring himself the Super Saiyan.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit. This is one of the worst ads ever. Get the shit out of my face. Get the shit out of my face. Ew.
If there's any scene that deserves the word epic, it's when he went gold. Super Saiyan and its sequels all have official power multipliers, but they threw us for a loop by turning
It was not as good as Super Saiyan 100. You guys remember looking that shit up?
Goku into a god.
Super Saiyan God certainly changed things up. Goku gained divine
I don't
ki,
mind
pure
the
form of
ideas behind Super Saiyan God and the blue one as well. It's really just the fact that they're reskins that kind of is like one's the normal hair, but silkier kind of and red. The other is Super Saiyan hair pretty much, but blue. Even Super Saiyan isn't as flowy as it used to be. It's more like just stand up. Like it used to be really cool. Like let's see. I wonder if we could do Super Saiyan then versus now. Like it was kind of like big and it would be pretty flowy in the wind and shit, and now it's like, I mean, even this is kind of older and it was closer to like a very bright yellow. I like that. Like this is my favorite Super Saiyan color probably. But now, you know, it's definitely, yeah, it's like kind of, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't necessarily mind them. It's just, you know, the ideas were cool, like I said, because they're kind of like with, you know, the Saiyan thing. It was kind of like Super Saiyan 4, and maybe that was the issue. It wasn't as cool as Super Saiyan 4 to me as a kid. But Ultra Instinct was pretty cool because it was pretty unique. You know, I liked that.
of ki unspoiled by
Even the
mortal
design
evils.
was cool because it
Unlike
was like
normal
the aura around it and shit. I don't know.
ki, it
I'm
can't
just
be
yapping, bro.
detected and appears to have healing properties.
Kind of like Senzu beam.
But yeah, I don't
Did
know.
you know
Maybe
one-
it's because the color red is so cool in it, like the specific hue of red, pink, or whatever they use for Super Saiyan God. I do like Super Saiyan God, even though it has the same issues that I mentioned with Super Saiyan Blue, just a little different. I do like Super Saiyan God.
Senzu has so
Design-wise.
much healing juice it can regenerate a person's lost limbs. They're missing out.
God Goku reached a level of power that could compete with the greatest of deities, nearly shattering the whole
Yeah, I remember this
universe
fucking
with
movie,
a
bro.
single clash on his first go. Dragon Ball's cosmology is unique. This model is said to be an accurate depiction of Universe 7, but there's a wrinkle there. When all of humanity went to heaven,
Because Boo went berserk.
Fidel commented that heaven is just as large as a universe, and the Daisenshuu backs her up.
And, that's heaven. Big planet.
So let's scale things up with that in mind. Doing so would make
Okay.
Universe 7 over
I'm glad I didn't skip this, 'cause I'm
1,500
sure this is
times
important
larger
later.
than our own observable universe.
And Goku could destroy that much the first time he went God. And he didn't lose that power. He learned how to use it even better, even in base form. Now, imagine how much stronger he became when he stacked Super Saiyan on Super Saiyan God and became Super Saiyan Blue.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Yeah, not saying that. Or after he trained with some almighty angel.
Yeah, I'd rather say Super Saiyan Blue. And like I said, I get why it looks why it does. Same with Super Saiyan God. It's just, you know, I just don't like how they look as much as the other ones. I mean, I like 1. I really like 2. I really, really like 3, even if it, you know, it was kind of useless. And Ultra Instinct, I think is pretty cool. And Super Saiyan 4, it's the best one. In my humble opinion. Look, if y'all don't agree, that is perfectly fine. It don't matter. You know, at the end of the day, we're 2 random fucking strangers on the internet. Who cares what I think? Who cares at all? Nobody.
The blue hairdo and stacked Kaioken on top of that.
Goku has certainly performed great feats with God Ki, breaking through Hit's time stop by forcing himself into the future, holding off Infinite Zamasu, who was a sentient timeline, defeating Jiren, who shook the entire world of Void by just walking.
He even tried out Hakai, the destruction god move that nopes you out of existence. Your being and your soul erased from all of time and space.
Culminating in his greatest form, Ultra Instinct.
Chrome Goku isn't a
Oh wait, yeah, no, it does turn white. I totally forgot about it because there was the mastered, or what is the dub called? Autonomous. I watched both the sub and the dub, because Dragon Ball is one where I obviously really like the dub, because of when I was a kid. Now with most anime, I don't really watch the dub unless like I hear that it's amazing. But since I watch a lot of shit when it's new, of course I'm gonna watch it in sub. But then, you know, it's Dragon Ball, so I like hearing the dub as well.
The entire world of Void by just walking.
He even tried out Hakai, the destruction god.
I went too far back.
Is that Chrome Goku isn't a normal transformation, it's a state of mind. Ultra Instinct is the highest peak of martial arts, subconsciously making optimal choices because you're in the zone, doing without thinking.
Something Goku is
so
always
fired.
been trained to do. Technically, it can be used in any form, but when perfected, autonomous Ultra Instinct makes you untouchable. No matter what comes his way, Goku will automatically dodge, block, and counter to the best of his ability, even pushing his body well beyond his physical limits.
Narratively, Super may be a mess. But meathead hype-wise, I mean, especially the tournament power.
Ultra Instinct can summon a massive avatar to defend him when his own body can't.
And didn't Superman do some shit like this recently too? I'm sure the fucking fight will have this, like them against each other like that.
Really intense.
It is, which is why he's developed incremental versions of it for specific uses. It's extremely difficult to maintain the full form for long.
Until you get to Dragon Ball Heroes, aka Dragon Ball fanfiction gone Kaioken times 1,000.
Well, technically,
this is gonna be weird if they're using this, because even I haven't watched all of Heroes. And from what I have seen, I don't even remember how many episodes there are because they're short ones. There is a lot of crazy shit, so this will probably fuck up the whole simulation.
For continuity, CC Goku is functionally a stand-in for the mainline Goku. His history and powers are the same, making his story just as much of a what-if scenario as the multiple super continuities. The only real difference is Toriyama's not really involved.
This Goku used instant transmission to teleport through time and dimensions. He outsped a god who could see the future. He defeated Dark King Fu, who was gonna rewrite the entire universe.
I remember him.
This series even makes GT cool. Xeno Goku can break space.
Chill. GT was always cool. It wasn't like always the best, but it was cool. Come on now.
This time just by going Super Saiyan 4.
Looking back at that goofy monkey boy chopping wood and punching dinosaurs, it's almost overwhelming.
I miss the dinosaurs, man. What happened to them? You never see them
anymore.
anymore.
Goku has come, how much he's had to face.
But no matter the challenge, he takes it head on and pushes through.
It is really crazy how much the series has evolved.
Everywhere, how to go even further beyond.
Even naturally in the original manga, like such a difference between the
Faster
adventure
than a
series
speeding
and
bullet,
the show
more
battle
powerful
show.
than a locomotive. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's
Superman!
He's just a locomotive? People in the 40s needed bigger imaginations.
Born on the
They're
far
not wrong.
world of Krypton, the infant Kal-El was sent to Earth by his parents, narrowly escaping Krypton's destruction. Raised by farmers as Clark Kent, he eventually became Superman, champion of the oppressed, the man of tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I feel so bad for I never hated Superman, but I never he was never my favorite, and he still is not my favorite. But I have a huge appreciation for him now because, like I said, read some comic runs. I think I actually started with All-Star Superman back in the day. And there were a few others. And then the Superman and Lois show is pretty good. And then the cartoon one's pretty good too. So yeah, like I've been getting into Superman a lot the last like 5 years or so.
You've only seen
A lot
the
more than
movies.
before.
Forget him. Comic book Clark's not the perfect Boy Scout. And he's definitely not Jesus. Wait, weren't the guys who made him Jewish?
Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were sons of Jewish immigrants and grew up in a time when anti-Semitism went largely unchallenged.
And then that ugly mustache showed up.
Understandably seeking escape from some truly terrifying horrors, the pair created
Yeah.
Superman to be a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
A hero who could defeat any evil by just punching it. Hell yeah, that's how I live my life.
After almost
I like that
9
show,
decades,
is what I was-
Superman
I
has
was
been
talking about
many
that.
things. At the core,
Obviously,
historic-
I've also seen like some of the cartoons when I was younger and shit, but like, you know, like most kids, I was all about Batman.
is one of
I mean, even aside from that, I was always looking at Marvel because Spider-Man, X-Men, and you know all that shit because I actually read the comics of them when I was younger. Never really got into DC Comics until I got a bit older, unfortunately. But yeah, when I was a kid, obviously, you know, and by kid, I guess I should say like early teens to like later teens, because yeah, that was when I was like reading comics. Not like when I was like 7, you know.
a refugee, a child who lost his home, left to the mercy of alien people.
This soundtrack's hitting.
world accepted him, raised him, gave him a new home, because helping others in need is the right
Recommend your
thing to
favorite
do.
Superman,
That's why
runs
he became
below.
a
Like,
superhero, the first.
I do need to
superhero.
hop on more.
Everything's gotta start somewhere, but he was the first one to really take off. I mean, not literally. It took a while, actually, before he learned how to fly.
In
And-
fact, when Clark discovered his
I've been reading a lot of Hulk lately too.
Kryptonian heritage, he struggled to accept it and
Hulk's another one that like I knew
loss.
Hulk especially I knew I would like. I just never really got into his comics, but bro, his shit is fire. His new run it seems pretty good too. I mean, it only has one issue out, I think, unless the second issue came out. I didn't realize. But,
Discovered his
yeah.
Kryptonian heritage, he struggled to accept it and subconsciously developed mental blocks, severing him from his true power, which he would uncover throughout his life.
He's strong enough to shoulder press the weight of the earth for 5 days straight, or crush coal into perfectly cut diamond.
That's not how that works.
He's fast enough to reach the edge of the universe in seconds, or even break the bonds of infinity. Wait, he can
Yeah,
do all that, but
Goku
Batman
might
can
be
punch him out?
cooked.
Really?
You're probably thinking of Elseworld stories outside main canon like Dark Knight Returns. It's a good question though. Superman's powers have fluctuated over time for a variety of reasons.
Look, man, I get it. Batman, prep time, plot time as well though.
However, for Death Battle, we take the characters at their best.
Yeah, like how his breath is so powerful he can sneeze away a solar system, or blow air cold enough to freeze ghosts.
Speaking of, his X-ray vision doesn't just see through walls. He can see through your own body and mind to examine your soul.
And yet, he can't
What
see
the
through
fuck?
lead. That's okay, though. He can just burn through it with his face. Since he gets his power from the yellow sun, his heat vision burns with the fire of a star. And if beams aren't enough, he can blast it out of his whole body for a super flare. It used to totally drain him, but he's learned how to control it.
Simply put,
Damn,
Superman's
bro.
powers defy physics. My favorite examples of this are when he rebuilt the reality.
Look, yeah, I've
warping
accepted. Goku is cooked. If somehow he's not, I will thank Heroes and maybe the current Super manga. I don't know. I
machine
really don't
from
know.
memory, or punch Brainiac so hard every version.
But
of him
I really
broke
just
through
don't see
all
it. Like, this shit is
time.
actually
Or
crazy.
when he
I'm not
gave-
even a power scaler, but like, off of what I can tell, it just seems extremely overwhelming on the Superman side.
10 years worth of medical training through only 5
But
minutes
I'll
of
be happily
reading,
proven wrong.
And then successfully performed lung surgery.
See, he pulled some Flash shit there, like when Flash fucking like read all those books and constructed the bridge.
Training through only 5 minutes of reading, and then successfully performed lung surgery.
That's crazy, bro.
Nice. My favorite example is when he smelled brownies in North Dakota from orbit.
Even beyond his powers,
What the fuck?
Superman is no novice when it comes to the intricacies of battle.
He's
Damn,
trained
that's
for-
crazy. So if someone shits their pants in Antarctica, he would be able to smell it? Damn!
Kryptonian martial arts, which
That
uses
must suck.
chi, or as they call it, Shriar. He even got summoned to Asgard to fight demons with Thor for 1,000 years.
Superman can resist being erased from existence, such as tanking Darkseid's Omega Beams. Even Retcon and the Time Trapper, both of which hijack and alter timelines, can't touch him. Not because of his powerful mental defenses or healing factor, but because he's a cosmic
See, I was
linchpin
gonna
in-
say, like, Dragon Ball hasn't really touched that multi-dimensional stuff outside of like Broly movie when they accidentally like shattered the dimension type of thing. But Heroes exists. And unlike the rest of these, even though I said I've watched a decent amount of Heroes, for some reason, I don't fucking remember half of it. Maybe because it was so short and like months between episodes or whatever. Honestly, I don't remember how long it was between them, but I haven't watched it in a good couple of years. And it didn't imprint my mind with big old arcs like the rest of the series. So it's honestly a big question mark to me as to like, what's gonna happen because of that? It can't affect it that much, can it?
Literally revolve
Does that not really have the balls to make Goku fans mad 3 times in a row? I think they do.
But let's address the S-shaped elephant in the room. You may have noticed we've covered a variety of Superman eras. Superman, and DC Comics as a whole, have gone through multiple retcons.
Golden Age, Silver
True.
Age, Pre-Crisis, Post-Crisis, New 52, Rebirth, and so on.
It would help to know which one is the main Superman, right?
I was saying, are they gonna go with currents or all?
Yeah, the latest reboots basically said everything in the main
Oh.
series is kinda canon, even when he had wacky powers like changing his appearance with a super muscular control.
That was another thing. I know there's like powers, because even like Spider-Man, not to the same extent, like did this as well, where like in the earliest comics, I could use like this weird web contraption to speak to Spider-Man from over here to over there with his spider sense type of thing. Or like, I think like Electro used like antennas or something, I don't remember. And he's like, I can hear him talking to me because my spider sense. And then he'd use like a spider belt, and there was other shit that he'd do that like he doesn't do now. And I know Superman did that, but like times a million, where he had like different powers. So are we counting those as well?
He can still phase through almost anything, even people.
Look, if you really dig into it, this isn't new. Plenty of characters have recalled events from supposedly retcon timelines before.
Yeah, post-crisis Supes did start as less powerful than in pre-crisis, but that was because of the mental blocks.
Though he's not a complete composite, there's so many other Supermen out there.
Future Superman, Big Robot Superman, Commie Superman, Dinosaur Superman. There's a bunch.
Still, this new canon has affected his abilities. For example, he and other Kryptonians can effortlessly travel through time. And while Superman's powers stem from the Earth's yellow sun, exposure to a blue star increases them even further. In fact, upon visiting a white star, he attained a whole new level of power.
When that old baldy Lex teleported him to another galaxy, Superman just popped back up, saying space-time has lost its meaning for him.
Damn,
Really
that's
just said
hard.
that.
Remember, Superman defies physics.
Like when he used heat vision to restart the universe by making an all-new Big Bang.
Superman's fucking gangster, bro.
A radius of at least 100 trillion light years, but we can calculate a more exact figure. The DC universe is 15 billion years old.
Goku is cooked. I am sorry. I am
expands
sorry.
At 60 trillion light years per half second. This means its radius.
And before y'all be like, Eddie, you must be a Goku Dick Rider. You have a fucking poster. No, this is the cheapest poster I found at Walmart back when I was like 15, and I just haven't replaced it yet. Damn it. No, I like Dragon Ball a lot, but sorry, I just using this as a chance to remind myself that I need to get new posters because I gotta replace these. The only one I want to keep from up there is the Miku one, because the Dragon Ball one, the Pikachu one, and the My Hero one were all just the cheapest anime ones I could find at Walmart back when I started my anime channel when I was like 16 or 15, and I needed stuff for the wall. So that's the story why they're there still. But I have money now. I can replace them.
Billion light years across.
What? That's 31 zeros, and Supes helped make that
Bro,
happen.
Goku is cooked. Oh my god.
That's still immense power, but if you want something bigger, here's the Anti-Monitor blasting Golden Age Superman with all the energy of the
How close are we to
antimatter
battle?
universe. And then
Oh, we're kind
Superman,
of close.
you know.
Hell yeah.
Punched him so hard it kickstarted another one of those reboots.
Now, Superman
God
does
damn.
have weaknesses. There's kryptonite, of course, and exposure to
True.
red starlight can fade his powers over time.
Not all at once. He has been able to move planets around while under a red star. So...
And everyone knows Superman can't deal with magic, but it's more accurate to say he doesn't have any special resistances to it. He's defeated plenty of magic users before, even Shazam.
Superman challenges the idea that absolute power corrupts absolutely. He's the goodest good guy
And
of
that's
them
why
all.
he's such a good
but
character.
there is nuance to being good, even if he is the ultimate power fantasy, unstoppable and incorruptible.
Such as when he took on the World Forger, one of the most powerful reality shapers in all of creation.
Who was in the sixth dimension, crafting a whole new multiverse to replace the one Clark calls home. Who's gonna stop him?
Superman could, and the Forger knew it. So he was trapped on a world with a sun so distant he could never escape. Or so
Damn.
the forger thought.
Instead, Clark found the strength he needed to fly at that sun, dip through a ton of stars, KO the World Forger, and
Okay, I wanna
shatter his
read that.
new
That's hard.
multiverse with a single punch. Because that's Superman, a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
He's the kind of person to save a cat from a tree, answer Christmas cards from strangers, and tow hundreds of planets to a new galaxy all in the same day. What's not to like?
Truth and justice has no better champion than the Man of Steel.
Why the okay. I'm not beating the allegations of the My Hero Academia stan.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Wiz, it's getting to be the holiday season again, and I just know Mama Boomstick is finally getting me that new Dune
Oh,
buggy I've
wait,
been
hold
drooling
on.
over.
Sorry. You almost gaslit me into watching this. Goddamn. Hey, shout out BetterHelp, I guess. Alright, let's get into this shit.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death
Yeah, just sit down and have an
battle!
eating battle. Who cares about the fight, bro? Just eat till one of you dies. Wait, if everything is canon, does Goku now remember his last two deaths?
Today's the day. We'll finally settle who's stronger.
If you say so.
Oh, this soundtrack is hype. This is a little warm up, bruh. Okay, yep. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I guess him using instant transmission is technically like different dimension type shit. Like I said, I'm not a great power skiller. Ignore me.
You're holding back. Give it your all.
That is gonna be Goku's downfall.
I'm doing just fine.
So going straight to blue. You know, we're not fucking around. Mink! Mink! Mink, 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 mink. Bah! Boom! Bam! Bah!
Oops. Well, I guess we can wish it back later.
World made of cardboard. All right, I'll show you just how powerful I really am.
Aw, shit. Bada boom! Pow! Oh my god!
Looks like a job for...
That's fucking crazy, bro. But, you know, he gets stronger
what do you
when he's
think?
getting fucked up.
That was awesome.
Although, okay, he's
Nice
really not that
suit.
fucked up.
Oh, thanks. Kryptonian fabric. My mom made it for me.
Yeet! Oh shit! Oh! Okay, we're getting a little heated now. I wouldn't say we're at full strength, but you know we're still cooking. Mink! Mink! Oh! Reverse mink! Oh! Woo! Oh! Ah! 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 Woo! This shit looks so good. Shout out Death Battle, as always. This is amazing. This is so epic,
Finally.
bro. It ain't gonna do shit, Goku. Don't do it. Stop it. no way it's over already. Oh, shit. Boy, no way, boy. Boy, no way, boy. Boy, no way, boy. Did this motherfucker die?
God darn it.
No!
Almost had me there.
Oh,
That was
rip.
actually pretty fun.
See, it's all love in the end, man.
But I'll be stronger next time.
This is exactly how they would talk too. That is so sweet, bro. That is okay. That's low-key wholesome and awesome at the same time. Having all this shit with them.
Let's go again.
You're on.
Wow, that was wholesome. Wow.
KO! That's it! The
guess
final
we got the explanation.
indisputable answer! Who am I kidding? People are gonna argue this one forever.
There's so many ways this battle
Now let's do Gogeta or Vegito versus Superman.
especially with all the other continuities.
Yeah, for real, Goku would kick almost every other Superman's ass, except for the main one.
There's a lot to cover, so let's address the 5 categories most representative of this fight.
First up,
Look,
Strike
like I
both could
said,
hit
I
hard
believe
enough to
y'all.
break
Look, y'all did the research.
or make their
Who am
whole
I to say y'all are
universe,
wrong?
or take it in stride, like when Superman got smacked by the whole antimatter universe.
At most,
Like
Dragon Ball's
comics,
universe-
just imagination because of how many different writers there are and how much you have to bring the scales up over decades of writing because of these full universe events. There's most of the times comics are gonna win out in terms of power just because of how much
5
material.
times larger than our own. But
And how
based
much
on the
you're
DC
forced to up the
Universe's
ante.
officially established age and rate of expansion, it is 1.6 vigintillion times larger, over a novemdecillion times more than Goku's.
At some point, you reach a number high enough that it just doesn't mean anything anymore. Anyway, Goku's obviously gotten stronger since the Beerus fight, even by billions or trillions of times. He's defeated Jiren, Broly, Moro, and Fu.
Yeah.
But even if we highball Goku by quadrillions or quintillions of times, the gap is just too much.
Yeah, that's what I was
Especially
saying.
with the
Just-
World
it
War
seems
defeat.
way
Not
too
even
much.
Heroes competes with that. Superman takes the edge in strength.
But strength isn't everything. Let's talk speed. Both are obviously way faster than light, but Superman crossed that mega-sized universe of his in seconds and flew faster than infinity.
Makes sense, he can keep up with the Flash, whose speed is so ludicrous it's unquantifiable.
Don't count Goku out, though. Flying across the entire afterlife in base form and outspeeding Eos's future sight takes some crazy speed.
Fighting Zamasu as an omnipresent merged
I wonder how
timeline
fast
also
he is then in
implies
comparison.
immeasurable speeds.
That, combined with instant transmission and Ultra Instinct, could probably keep up.
Maybe. Quantifiably, Superman is faster, but both are immeasurable. The safest bet here
Fair.
is to say they tie in speed.
Especially when we look at skill. Goku's a martial arts master. He's definitely got better battle instincts. He wants to fight and is dedicated to his training, while Superman
that
sees
is
training
true.
as a means
Yeah.
to an end.
Superman's knowledge in pressure point combat and Kryptonian martial arts are impressive, but he's only used them a few times. It would be disingenuous to say he's an equivalent master at them.
So Goku wins in skill, but not necessarily in experience.
Don't get it wrong, Superman is not a mindless brawler. He's trained with Batman and Wonder Woman. He's even defeated martial
Yeah.
arts experts like Cobra without powers.
Goku has spent decades training,
Damn,
but
that's
Superman
crazy.
battled Norse demons for 1,000 years.
He's also astonishingly brilliant, like when he reassembled the
Yeah.
reality warping miracle machine from memory. Experience obviously goes to Superman. But
Yeah.
perhaps less obvious is our last category, powers.
Hakai, Spirit Bomb, Mafuba, Instant Transmission, God Key, God Bind. How does Goku not win with those?
In Dragon Ball, Ki is dependent on physical ability, so it's different from Magic. God Ki is simply pure Ki, and Magic isn't an auto win against Superman anyway, whose greater strength could break out of something like the God Bind.
Mafuba and the Spirit Bomb would take way too long, and Goku's never successfully used Hakai before. Even if he did land it, Superman's impossible to erase from reality.
Damn!
He's taking Mega Beams, which do the same
Yeah,
thing as
true.
Hakai.
Superman can time travel, countering instant transmission similar.
That is such a hard line, though, bro. That is crazy.
Superman
No matter how many times Superman's existence is attacked, he will survive.
Teleporting him to a red star, ignoring the fact that Sans similar ability from heroes. And regarding teleporting him to a red star, ignoring the fact that Saiyans can't breathe in space, though Goku's certainly tough enough to withstand a vacuum, instant transmission requires another person to act as a beacon. He can't just warp to any red star.
Even if he did, Superman could simply fly away and find a blue or white star for a supercharge.
And Goku could not pull off the same trick twice, as Superman could phase through his attacks.
So, that's it then. Clark has too
Rip.
many counters, so he takes the edge in powers and it's over.
Well, I think there's something else. Goku versus Superman breaches a broader zeitgeist.
ERB was
More
still
than just
better.
two characters fighting. For a whole generation, especially in 90s America, superheroes represented an unyielding status quo. Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America rarely change who they are or what they believe in. For a lot of people, that's tiring, and Superman is an icon of that. Then along came anime. There was a whole other
Yeah,
world
we're
of
not gonna
ideas
fuck.
and stories for us sheltered Westerners to experience, and Goku's an icon of that. So while many see this as a debate between characters, others see it as a debate of ideologies and culture. And if that's what's at
That's
stake,
not a bad way to put it.
who wants Goku to lose?
You're sure you're not overthinking this?
It's not our intent, but
I mean,
does
it's
call
low-key
into
got a
question
little bit
what
of
we're
truth to
doing.
it.
How can people agree with what we take as fact when fiction relies on interpretation? Are we stripping characters of their importance by simplifying them to contestants in a vacuum of violence?
Yep, but
and
who
if
cares?
so, then what's the point?
Because it's fun, Wiz. Damn it, man. There's more
I
than
mean, they've
one
had
way to
characters with no kill
appreciate
rules kill
something.
before in
We're
these.
having a
It's literally not canon.
great time
It is what
talking
it is, man.
about awesome characters and slamming action figures together. And that's okay.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you're right.
I'm just saying, no matter who you prefer, that battle was super, man.
That's the worst
Okay, buddy.
one.
What? It fits
You're
the
done.
boat.
It's
You're
so
done.
lame.
I don't see you doing any better.
I
Hey,
do the
shout out
math
Superman,
to
man.
punch your jaw.
Well, maybe if you math as good as I punned, then Goku would have won.
What is wrong with you?
Shout out to Superman. He's a pretty Superman. It's time for me to go home and eat my supper, man. Oh my goodness, LeBron James.